Ciao.
My boy, HW. No! I'm abandoned my boy! I'm abandoned my child! Oh, here he is. He's right here.
I'm going to keep right on doing this thing that we're doing with Jeff Gamet. You can find him on Twitter, by the way, J Gamet. J, just the letter J, and then his last name, G-A-M-E-T. J Gamet on Twitter. Anything else you want to direct people to, sir? Anything you want to point people towards?
Well, apparently I'm really into taking close-up pictures of flowers lately. So if you want to see that, I'm Jay Gamet on Instagram.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember, have we talked at all about the YouTube channel I started?
No, we have not.
Oh, well, surprise. I started a YouTube channel because apparently I have nothing else to do with my time.
So what are you talking about? What are you covering on your YouTube channel?
Well, so far I have some pieces up about, well, like one about setting up your AirTags, since that seems to be kind of a thing for people right now. You know how you can add pronouns in your Instagram profile. I show people how to do that.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch of stuff in the works. Actually, I'm working on just coincidentally a video on how to turn off Sidewalk if you don't want that.
Nice. All right. Ooh, why is he trying to rouse so much rabble about Sidewalk? See, check the source. Why are they doing what they're doing? It's because he wants people to go to his YouTube channel and turn it off.
Oh my God. See, I'm totally an enabler.
Wheels within wheels. I'm telling you. Is there is it an easy website to find, or excuse me, YouTube channel to find, or do you go right now and search for Jeff Gamet?
It's like ridiculously easy to find. I mean, youtube.com/jgamet.
All right. So youtube.com/jgamet for all your video Jeff Gamet needs. Right. So today is the day, because it was 3 weeks ago today, according to my Skype thing that I used to call you, that you and I talked about AirTag versus Tile. And the thing is, you had, I think, 4 Tile, you had 1 AirTag, you were just getting it, you were just playing with it. We talked about whether or not you should take the battery out and eat it.
And we decided no.
You should not. Right. We actually heard from a doctor on that who said, no. Don't do that, for crying out loud. I will tell you honestly, really quickly, because I've got very little to say on this whole thing. I probably haven't touched my AirTag since about a day or two after you and I talked about it, because it is now doing what it's supposed to do, which is hiding in my backpack. Which, of course, I'm taking almost no place now. But if I go any place and take my backpack, I take it secure in the knowledge that if some jerk steals my backpack from me, I will be able to call the authorities and say, I think he's over there. And so I haven't done a lot of considering or playing with it since, because it's doing the job that I want it to do now. You, on the other hand, were invested in the Tile ecosystem. You were starting to play with the AirTag thing, and you said you would come back here in 2 or 3 weeks and let me know, has AirTag unseated Tile? Or are you going to stick with the ecosystem you have? Are you going to go blended? You've had more time to play with it now. Tell me what your thoughts are a few weeks in with AirTag, and then tell me how it stacks up against Tile.
Well, it turns out I like both.
Okay.
It's not like after all the testing that I've done that I've decided, wow, this product sucks and this one is killer. I found that there's things that I like about both. Now, as far as if I were to lose something, I would feel much happier if there was an AirTag with that device than a Tile, because the likelihood that someone is going to trigger the location for that AirTag is much higher than someone triggering the location for the Tile.
Okay. Hold on 1 second then, because that to me sounds like the ball game. I mean, it sounds to me like if your concern is, well, if I lost something, I would want an AirTag in it. I mean, that's the reason we have AirTags, right? I mean, that's the reason we have AirTags or Tiles, are if I lose something, I will want to get it back. So doesn't that mean that AirTag wins over Tile at that point?
I'd say for most people, assuming you have an iPhone, yeah, totally.
Okay. All right.
here's the thing for me, because this is the sort of thing that I'll way overthink. What I have found
Okay.
is that using Tile Pro, and that's what I have, Tile Pro, that its signal to my iPhone, the range that I can get with that is farther than I can get with my AirTag. So for me, here's what it's turned into. I'm going to be a hybrid guy.
Okay.
For my luggage, that's going to be near me, but not always directly with me when I'm traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Tile, because that way I have a way to see where my bags are. Well, I have a higher likelihood of being able to see exactly where my bags are because of that range. But for the bags that are with me that I'm really concerned about, they always stay with me, like my laptop bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's AirTag. And that's because I have the ability just to pull my phone out and have a little arrow point to where my bag is, if it's relatively nearby. And if it's any distance away where my phone just can't pick it up, everyone has an iPhone.
Yeah.
And so I'll find that bag faster.
Help me out. Is your concern here, and I'm not being a wiseacre, but I'm trying to figure out like your use cases because, well, I don't fly these days. I'm not even talking about the COVID thing. I mean, like, I can't remember the last time I flew. No, I can actually. It was sometime in 2018, I think. Otherwise, like the only place I'm going now is like I go to Vegas, but that's like a 4.5 hour drive from here. So I drive. Like I'm not away from my luggage that much. Is your concern I'm flying and they've lost my luggage, but I'll be able to tell them where it is? Is your concern I'm traveling and I'm afraid somebody's going to steal it? I mean, what's your use case?
My use case for the Tile, and this is kind of funny because where am I traveling right now? I'm looking at this use case based on what I did in the before time. Yeah. And am I going to travel that much in the future? I have no idea. So it's more about, is my bag not where it's supposed to be? Not stolen, but just like it's lost or it just hasn't shown up where I expected. Can I then have something that's going to show me where that bag is? And what I'm finding is that the way this is all played out for me is the stuff that I'm using occasionally. Oh my gosh, I just figured it out.
What?
Thank you for helping me work through this. For the stuff that I use all the time, it's AirTag. For the stuff that I use occasionally, it's Tile.
Okay. Now, why did you just figure that out?
What clicked it for me was, I was talking about doing the travel part versus doing the stuff where I'm just local around town.
All right.
And that breaks down to what I do all the time and what do I do occasionally.
Okay. Well, all right then.
But okay.
The whole thing, it occurs to me now, because really we have to talk to you in a year, because you're right. Your use cases right now, it's like I say, like I got the whole reason I bought the AirTag, and I think I said this when you were on a few weeks ago, was just so I could hold it, because I had spent all of this time saying, no, I haven't held one of these yet. And so for $29, I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and have one. But now it's like, well, I spent $29. You know what? I also spent $29 on Scrivener last week. And the reason I spent $29 on Scrivener was because it was on a good deal, and I was being hit with it on every website that I went to. They did a massive push. And it's sort of like I went ahead, because I've thought about buying it before, but now it was inexpensive. So like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and get that. And maybe one day I'll use it, and maybe I won't. But it's a really good deal. And that's pretty much AirTag.
But you know what? That's exactly what AirTag is.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Yes.
Yeah. You buy it, you throw it in a bag, and then in a year you swap out the battery.
Right.
And hopefully you never need it. What you're doing is buying an insurance policy.
That is exactly what you're doing. But the thing is, you're hiding the insurance policy, hopefully, so that when people steal your bag, they don't automatically burn your insurance paper and be like, yeah, no, you didn't, you never had anything. And I've got your bag. And may I just add, yoink.
Yeah. All right. So if we talk about this again in a year, I have a prediction.
Go for
and
it.
My prediction is that that I will have done some traveling. And I know that I have at least a couple travel events coming up between now and the end of what year are we in? 2021. And what I'm expecting is that I will finish the traveling and I'll decide, maybe I should just get a couple more AirTags and throw those in my travel luggage and call it good, and then just have a unified platform.